let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California.
Okay, it's Andy Graham of the Ask Andy Show, and Kyle's asking another question. Kyle L., I think it's a man. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to answer my question about being a vegetarian abroad. I think that when traveling, I would like to be more flexible and at least try the local foods, and though they are prepared with some meat for flavor. I'm willing to explore some of these foreign cuisines at the cost of some title I attach to my character, that being vegetarian. Okay, I made this video before, and I realized I was pretty negative, and so I'm making it again, Kyle. I apologize for something you'll never see. It is a label, a vegetarian. I was just watching something on the internet where people are searching for gluten-free, people are searching for gluten-free, and then you got vegetarians searching for vegetarians, and then you got preppers searching for preppers, and you got gay people searching for gay people and whatever. And I really consider it a little sad that they're so judgmental that they'll actually enforce a judgment. See, it's one thing to be opinionated. I'm very opinionated, but I'm not judgmental. I won't enforce an opinion. I will actually talk with all the vegetarians and stuff. In fact, one vegetarian I thought got kind of angry at me in Vilcabamba, Ecuador, because I was taking videos of thing, and he finally realized I wasn't a raw fooder. And I go, I'm interested, but I just doesn't believe. I believe everything, down the pipe, right? I believe in balance, and I believe in a little bit of everything. So I'm really proud of you that you're looking at another thing, and don't live by your titles, right? Live by, be introspective enough to evaluate each thing's good. Okay. Your travel videos are very useful and full of great tips, but I noticed that your style of travel is different than what I had in mind for myself. Well, of course, we hope that you do. The prime directive of travel is to enjoy yourself. Okay, it's not to have a plan. It's to actually a vacation is something that's free of plans. And that's always fun when they actually earmark everything they're supposed to do on every single day on a vacation. I go, that's not really a vacation. That's work. Okay, and what he's saying is I like to enjoy pushing myself physically and mentally on long walks in whatever nature I can reach. He goes on and on. He wants to do some places in Spain. He wants to go all over. And have you had any experience in trekking? Okay, one reason I brought you out to where I'm at is this is the Fawn River, Kyle. And when I was all through my life, I've lived pretty close to I grew up in a town of 400 people, but what that means is that we're very close with nature. My mother and this Amish girl the other day were having a big conversation on the dry weather, because that's a really big thing in the farm area. If you've never heard of the farmers need rain, right? And if it gets too dry, it kind of, causes a problem for the crops. But this is a Fawn River, and when I was a kid, 4 or 5 of us would grab some canoes and boats and stuff and put them in right here in this place in the Fawn River Fish Hatchery, and we'd go down river to about the, 3rd or 4th bridge down. There's bridges that cross the river that are where the cars go. And I have a lot of experience on this, okay? And I used to work on a farm, and I worked all through these farms everywhere for 12 years, 12 summers of my youth. I didn't actually grow up on a farm, but I actually live in a farm community. We got a rock dam over here, and we used to catch carp. We'd walk through these rivers and catch carp and all sorts of things, but we caught, bluegills and all sorts of fish here, and pike and all sorts of fishes. A gar I caught one time. But, all my life I've been fishing up and down these ponds, and, I'm a kid. I was a kid, and I'm still a kid. But I think the last time I went down this river was a long time ago. I better not tell that story because, but it was a good story. It was a nice story. But I took a girl down this river about 20 years ago. I guess I can tell you. I asked her to marry me, and she said the thing, but it fell through. And I wanted her to realize that it was just me and her against the world. And that's the way I look at things. I don't talk about these things because the truth is I do realize there's a lot of I'm not going to romanticize the stone. I call it romancing the stone. I think I steal that from basically too many travel writers are trying to make travel a never-ending challenge to the spirit, something to go walk out in the woods, to go camping, and something you can do anywhere in the United States without even thinking about. And it's not really world travel. It's a different thing completely. It's just enjoying nature. And if you really want to do this safely and secure, the United States has got so much natural resources. I mean, we have so many parks, and we have so many beautiful places, and there's so many animals. You really don't need to leave the United States to just see nature. The difference between me and you is probably that I travel for people. I love people, and I like to see how people live and work and how they think. And I go to a lot of villages in Africa, but I don't celebrate the toughness of their life. Sometimes if I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I don't really, I want to celebrate the innovations of America, of the world, and how they adapt, but I don't, really, most of the places on the planet, they're just, the United States has preserved their country, and the rest of the planet's basically, you know, it's like in Africa, they've wiped all the ground away, and it's just rough cut lumber, and it's really rough, okay, and it's not as beautiful as you think. But people go to this Masai Mara in Kenya, and they think the whole Africa is like that, where there's some animals, and that was only saved because the British nobility class had put a thing around it and said that they were going to save it so that their hunters could go hunt over there. And that's what saved it. Most of Africa is denuded of all vegetation and all animals, and there's very few animals to see. It's very difficult to see animals in Africa, but you know, if you want to go see animals, go look in India. That's where they're at because they're vegetarians. But United States is thing. Now, Kyle, you've got to do what you got to do, and you got to go find whatever spirit you need to find, and if you want to travel. But the challenges to your spirit, I've done all these things. Okay, I worked 90-hour weeks when I was a kid. I'd work in the farm all day for 7 hours, and I'd go work at metal spinners till 2 o'clock in the morning and get up and do it. I'm not needing to prove anything. Now, as in our youth, we want to prove some things. And I've ridden a bicycle 50 miles, and I've walked 25 miles many times. And I carry a 28-kilo backpack. That's how many kilos was in my backpack coming back from Vilcabamba. It's 2.2 pounds to the kilo. So that's about 56 pounds. You'll find that most backpackers, you know, try to go super light, like they're proud of themselves. I never had this problem, never wanted to go super light because I'm just not a weak kid, okay? As far as walking 20 miles in a day, I can do it with my eyes closed. Do I celebrate it all the time? No, and the reason why I don't do it is because it's romanticizing travel as opposed to really what it is. Travel is, for the most part, being on a bus. You know, you can be on buses for 12 hours, 15 hours. I just took my trip back from Vilcabamba to United States was over, it took me 2 days of travel. I took 8 hours on the first day in the buses, and then about 24 hours plane, because I had like 7 hours. I slept in the airport in Quito, Ecuador, and then, you know, the plane flight. It took me 24 hours. Then I just all these transfers, and it's really very physically straining, okay? It's not for the light of heart. I have sciatica, and I was worried when it was really acting up. I was worried if I was going to be able to walk, because walking is absolutely inherent part of travel. And I challenge you to go to 10 different countries and then then after you're done, see how much walking you did. Because if you're not renting cars and you're not doing all these things to get around all these things, you don't have to, instead of renting a car to go someplace or hopping in your car, just walk all day. And I don't own a car. I mean, I own a car, but I guess I don't use it. I mean, I bought it for this trip, but I walk 95% of the days I'm on the planet here for the last 16 years. I only walk. Okay, I don't drive a car. And if you think about that, in the amount of time that you have, you'll be surprised. But you shouldn't. What I get angry, I think, at these city kids is they buy a road bike, they buy this special gear and the bike and this thing, and they make everything a special procession. They have special clothes to go. I'm wearing, these are the clothes that I would wear traveling. Okay, you don't need special clothes that much to travel. You need my secret pockets because that's going to keep you safe. But they're meant to go in any pants you have, so you can dress like you did at home, so you feel comfortable. Don't buy into a trend and don't buy into fashion. You can walk in any clothes. I always wear these Reebok shoes. They're $32 a piece. They're Reeboks, and I buy them 5 at a time because I walk so much. And I always have a couple pair here. When you make life a special event, when everything you do is a special label, whether you're a vegetarian, a vegan, a prepper, survivalist, trekker, what you do is you fail to be introspective enough to see that everything is possible. What I really encourage you to think, Kyle, is to study the word Renaissance man and Bohemia, and there's some different words like this. A Renaissance man is a person that was basically tried to be good at a little bit of everything. He didn't try to limit himself to one thing. This idea of specialization is a good way to be a very boring person. Okay, I was a philosophy major in college, and I remember thinking about getting a master's in an MBA or whatever, Master's of Business Administration, and I was talking to this counselor, and he says, Andy, the CEOs are very smart of the country. He says they would really enjoy somebody that was a philosophy major in his undergrad because they're so bored with these one track, one vision, one thing person. Be a Renaissance man. Have a bohemian lifestyle where you do anything and everything. But don't say something's wrong. Don't be a polyglot. Be somebody that speaks 3 or 4 languages. You start seeing that the whole world opens up. There's a real idea that we're supposed to become something like this tribe is better than that tribe, and you'll see it. Everybody's working everybody against it. I'm a PC person against a Mac person, right? Mac computer. There's good things in everything, okay? And go slow, walk slow, but walk, okay? Then you won't be. But I challenge you, if you guys want to see how much walking's involved in travel, go to South America and go from Mexico all the way to Panama by land, which I've done, or go from Colombia or Venezuela all the way to Chile by land. I've done these trips. I really challenge everybody to once in their lifetime do a coast-to-coast trip, from water to water. I mean, from ocean to ocean. I stole this from Thoreau, and he's pretty smart. If you want to know the world, you went in, from Colombia and go all the way to Chile by land, and take the public transportation. You don't have to walk, but you'll find that you're doing a lot of walking. And on the other side, I won't celebrate it. I won't act like it's something special, that I'm doing something special, because if if you're willing, it's really most of what I do, anybody and everybody could do. Walk up the 3 flights of stairs instead of taking the elevator. But never take the same path home. Go one way and try to always take a different path home. My mother gets irritated at me because I go in the car, she's driving her, I'm here, and I always want to come home a different path. It's because I want to take kind of the road less traveled, and I want to find and I want to explore. I want to keep my mind open. I don't want to keep it closed. And this is why I'm kind of proud of you for the thing, but you're trying to tell me I'm different than you. I'm not different than you. I'm just doing a different life, right? Don't take sides. That's just the anti-intellectual way of doing it. Both sides have credence. Okay, Andy Graham, thanks, Kyle.